For those of you unfamiliar with the Merc with a mouth, Deadpool is lovingly seen by me as the point where Marvel stopped holding back. This video will be diving into the character of Deadpool, from his personality to his powers, and even some of my favorite storyline, so stay tuned until the end. Wade Wilson, which is Deadpool's real name, is a smart-mouth mercenary for hire. He catches fans' attention through his witty pop culture references, fanboy quirks, and flirtations with Spider-Man. Not only this, he's notorious for breaking the fourth wall through said references and his obvious schizophrenia. Instead of having written narration, the text boxes in his comics are actually conversations held with the voices in his head. This unique detail is coupled with his Pulo vision, where the comic will occasionally switch to how he sees things. For example, in the collection Head Trip, his love interest, Betty, tells him off not long after they've met, but he instead sees a sexy-dressed female scientist flirting with him. Later, as a T-Rex tries to stomp him, he looks up to see a somewhat vicious, oversized Barney the dinosaur. He's quickly brought to his senses on both accounts, but this starts to show the wackiness of the character. On top of being funny, Wade is actually an extremely capable adversary. He's highly trained in mixed martial arts and wields an assortment of guns and 2 katanas he obtained while working in Japan. He's surprisingly intelligent and holds a Wolverine-like healing factor that grants him near immortality. In fact, there was a point in Wade's life where he was seeking a way to find an end to his undying ability. Many of his fans have seen only his punchlines or truly badass moments via sites like Reddit or through his live-action movies without actually reading the comics. However, as implied in the paragraph above, this comedic assassin comes with his own issues and complexities that make my writing brain flail with joy. Before gaining his healing factor, Wade's body was ravaged by cancer. His mask now hides not only his identity, but skin that has been absolutely ruined by continuously healing and returning scars. Terminal at one point before his power, he had to leave the girl he loved in favor of letting her watch him die. Wade may seem cocky and fun, but he's extremely self-conscious. He's convinced that no one will ever love him and actually thinks of himself in very low regard, much like how Iron Man guards his own securities behind snarky comments. Growing up in Canada, little is known of his childhood, but we know he had a both physically and verbally abusive alcoholic father and a mother who died when he was young. Wade idolized Captain America growing up and longs to be a hero. Many note his chemistry with Spider-Man, as they seem to be the perfect foils for each other. While Peter Parker is good to the core, Wade struggles to do the right thing and can never really put his mercenary ways or impulsive attitude behind him. I bring to your attention the one-off titled Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. I received it for Christmas, read it in one sitting, and ended up in a puddle. The other collection I mentioned, Head Trip, was the lead-up to Deadpool Corps. It was fast, funny, and action-packed. This other book was something else entirely. Wade finally can't handle his ability to see the truth, the fourth wall, and instructed by a new, sinister voice, begins slaughtering everyone and everything associated with Marvel Comics, hero and villain alike. If you kid yourself into thinking of Wade as a good guy, then you will not be prepared for seeing him shoot Spider-Man in the head, crush Thor with his own hammer, or use his insanity to turn Professor Xavier into a vegetable. I'm not saying that Wade is necessarily a villain either. This short arc doesn't seem to affect the rest of the Marvelverse, and more so seems to be a tool to show the Merc off in a darker light. In the past, when I've discussed Deadpool with friends, we agree that Wade is more of an anti-hero type. He isn't evil, but he's far too corrupt to be wholly good. If you enjoyed the video, please consider hitting like and subscribe for more superhero content. I have many more superhero videos on my channel, so be sure to check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.